But I would like to talk to you finally about another very important person in my life, and that was my mother, because she may have, instead of giving me the confidence, convinced me this was a good idea. Is probably more. Don't worry, George, whatever you do, you'll be fine. But no, she was an exceptional woman. She was exceptional in the way that she would say to other women drivers, "Bloody women drivers! Fucking cyclists, 10 points." Little Peugeot 206 she used to have was registered PAM. And so in the morning when it wouldn't start, she'd say, "Oh, for fuck's sake, come on, Pamela!" Tender age of 6, going, "What does fuck mean?" Let's not go into that too much. I don't want you to meet at all after that make all comments. What the hell am I doing? You get snapshots, you just get moments where you realise where you are and what you're doing, and you think, wow, everything up to this point has been leading to this. I just had one of those. Oh dear. Yeah, she's an exceptional woman, and she almost caused me to drown twice in the same holiday. One might think she was sort of trying to get rid of me. The first time we were in Morocco, and it was the first time I'd ever used a snorkel, right? And hilarious. Colin would teach me many things I could do with a snorkel. Hi, Dad. Yeah. But I was still kind of used to the sort of doggy-back thing, and so I didn't know the whole deal with the snorkel. You had to go like that. And so Mum explained this to me. She's like, no, put your head down, then you can breathe in the water. Mum, that's a ludicrous idea, you can't breathe in the water. No, go on, you can do it. All right, I trust you. Bad idea. Because I went down, all the water went in there. The next time we were at the beach, okay? And I was like, oh, I'll go into the water, it's brilliant, the sand's boiling. I'll go in and warm and cool myself off. I did. I went in, and the waves were slightly large for a 5-year-old. And knocked me down onto my knees. And, knocked me down to my knees, and I'm like, oh, it's fine, Mum, it's fine. I'm alright, it's no problem. Another wave comes, it is a problem now. The undertow drags me back and pulls me under, and I think at this point, right, I'm going to die. However, at this point, a large French man wades into our story, and in true childcare fashion, picks me up by my ankle and says to my mother, "Is this yours?" She's like, no, throw him back. And just as I'm winding up, she had to play Mum and Dad for a while, and that led to some interesting events, one of which I'll very briefly talk to you now. I was about 13, at the tender age where you're discovering yourself, and Googled images of actors who very much alive in the past, and straight, promising. And she comes in and she gives me a plastic bag. I'm like, oh, thanks very much, Mum. And it's no problem. Porn. It's porn. Yes, I know. I thought this was what your father would have done at this time in your life. And I'm not going to ask you that. But it is an unusual experience when your mother hands you a bag with razzle inside, and it's like, and I'm looking and it's like, oh well, thanks. And then she uttered the immortal words. Yes, they said that was the best one. What? First of all, who were they? Oh, you know Mrs. Varney, who works in the corner shop? Yes, I do know Mrs. Varney, Mum. She also knows me, and knows that I'm your son. And I go into that shop fairly frequently. And he said, well, I thought it would be the one that's sort of more in the line with the things that you like. How do you know what I like? I have no idea. Well, there's lots of pictures in there. So, well, good, because I don't want literature in my porn. No. This is in the days, of course, before the internet, which has come along and saved us those embarrassing collections where sort of me and my best friend, who never sort of had any idea what women looked like outside of a pullover, just going, oh, so this is what sex is like. Everyone stands still and poses. No, she was a very, very brave woman in that sense. Or stupid. But, no, brave. And I'll demonstrate, just before I go, the instant where she showed that kind of, I don't give a fuck about society and I'm also going to have a laugh in the process. G. Which, coupled with the, yes, G. That's compiled the person that you see on stage before you. She got very sick, sadly, and she lost a lot of her hair. She was having chemo. Don't worry, we're going to something fucking funny. Have to go for that. But yeah, she lost a lot of her hair, and she had to wear a wig, which she called Bertha. Not entirely sure why. And she was being picked up from the hospital after one of these treatments, and she's obviously feeling a bit sort of exhausted after this thing. And she's being picked up by a friend of the family called Claire. And Claire is pregnant at the moment, so she's just trying to help her out. She's in a delicate condition herself, right? So two sort of fairly frail people being, really not bad, I'm so sorry, it's such an insincere moment to do that. Chemotherapy. Sorry, no. So they're both in a sort of a frail condition, and so they're driving out of the hospital car park, and they get caught at the lights, and someone's trying to turn and cuts them up. But they can't move because the traffic now started, and Mum and Claire can't move in the car. And the guys are sorry, what the fuck are you doing, you stupid bitch? I assume this is what common people sound like. Yes. And they just go, what the fuck are you doing, you stupid bitch? You go the fucking... Claire's getting a bit agitated, she's got the baby there, and my mum's course of action, she judges the best thing to do in this situation is this. Claire, then... And here I am. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much.